Whoa, Mandy, whoa, you came and you gave without taking. And I sent you away, oh, Mandy. And you kissed me and stopped me from shaking. And I need you today, oh, Mandy. It's time to go in and check this movie out. Alright, I'm back, and I liked it. Mandy, starring Nick Cage. It's 2 hours long, not rated, has violence and gore and nudity, great soundtrack and great visuals and great performances, so I highly recommend Mandy. This was directed by Panos Cosmatos. This is really his second outing as a director. He directed Beyond the Black Rainbow, a film that came out several years ago, a pretty trippy sci-fi film, which I have not seen yet, but I'm very excited to see now that I've seen Mandy. His dad directed Tombstone, I believe, and Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone, and I definitely see nods of Cobra in this film. This film was produced by Elijah Wood. He has a knack for producing some very strange films. The Greasy Strangler comes to mind. My friends Kevin and Mary Apple recommended that film, and I still can't get it out of my head. Thank you. The cast. Again, Nick Cage. No one brings crazy like Nick Cage. He brings it. This is one of his best performances. To match his performance, we have Linus Roche. You might know him as Thomas Wayne in Batman Begins. That's Batman's dad. And he plays a cult leader. And he brings the crazy as well. A great performance. He takes you on a little bit of a journey as the cult leader. And that's what happens in this film, is that Nick Cage and his girlfriend, they live in the woods. And this crazy cult, comes a-knocking. And Nick Cage's girlfriend in the movie is played by Andrea Riseborough. And I consider her sort of this generation's Shelley Duvall. She has a very unique look, and the director uses her look to perfection and zooms in on her face and uses some dreamy imagery with her throughout the film. This movie also stars Bill Duke, who was in Predator as Mac, and he has a very cool, short but cool role here. This movie's an experience. It's a real trip. The soundtrack, the score, it was done by Johan Johansson, and you might know him from doing Arrival and Sicario and Prisoners. All of those films have very powerful scores. This is no exception. This might be one of his most powerful. Arrival was pretty good. This might be more on par with Arrival. The cinematography, the composition of the shot, the panning of a shot, the color saturation of shots, the special effects. Sometimes it looks like it's shot with grain on a Super 8 camera. I'm very curious whether they used real old cameras on this, or if those were in post, some sort of visual effect. But it really has a great, unique look to it. This film at times reminds me of Devil's Rejects, Silence of the Lambs, The Crow, Hellraiser, Cobra, Evil Dead, Kill Bill, Grindhouse films. But it never is cheesy like a Quentin Tarantino Grindhouse film. It plays it straight. It never winks at the camera, and I think it maintains its emotion in doing so. If you like Nick Cage, this film is definitely something you need to check out. It's a slow burn in the beginning that works on the relationship of Nick Cage and his girlfriend, and in the second act we have the cult showing up, and everyone in the cult is very memorable. They all did a great job. And the third act is Nick Cage, doing his thing and bringing some action. It's been a great year for horror. We had Hereditary early this summer, a fantastic horror movie, one of the best. And now we have Mandy, a very memorable horror movie. if you like art house films, if you're a cinephile like me, definitely go out and check Mandy out. It's very hard to put a number ranking on this film, other than to say that it was a great time at the movies. I really enjoyed myself. It's late and I still feel inspired to get on the camera here and talk to you guys about it, and highly recommend Mandy for all the reasons I just went over. All right, well, good night. Every day Eric is going to bed, and I'll see you on the new.